Esteemed colleagues, greetings to you, and we continue our working day. Now we are going to speak on the topic for best Ukrainian students will travel to study MBA in the top 20 US universities supported by WNISEF. Our speakers, Yaroslava Johnson, president of WNISEF, Olena Kosharna, CEO Horizon Capital, Olexandr Matvienko, student, Roman Cherepaha, Dmytro Ohrimtchuk, and Evhen Stashenko, students. We give you the floor. I'm a small lady. No one will see me. My name is Yaroslava Johnson. I'm a president and CEO of WNISEF fund. First of all, I would like to tell you a few words about our fund. The fund is active in Ukraine for 20 years. The first stage of our fund's activities was fundraising. The second step was technical assistance to Ukraine, and we have 4 programs: program of economic leadership, promotion of export, then investment into social enterprises, and urban and regional economic development. Today, the press conference is oriented at the economic leadership program. Within this program, we have an opportunity to grant scholarships to the best, to the wisest Ukrainian students, for them to be included to MBA programs in the US. And there are 2 criteria. First of all, the students are accepted to the best US universities, but he or she must return to Ukraine and to work during 3 years for Ukraine. And now I would like to present you Olexandr Matvienko, Dmytro Ohrimtchuk, Evhen Stashenko, and Roman Cherepaha. Those were scholarship winners during the previous years. Hello, thank you so much. Glory to Ukraine. I'm an executive director of Horizon Capital, and in Horizon Capital, we no doubt we collect investment portfolio, but today I would like to tell you a few words about leadership and about importance of such leadership for young leaders, for future leaders, leaders of our country, business leaders. What I mean, we have to support them, and this program is vital. It is very important because these young people, they will leave Ukraine for 2 years and they come back here. They stay in Ukraine in order to build future businesses, and they will do their contribution, will make a contribution into development of our country. My greetings to you guys. Good for you. You were chosen out of those who wanted to receive these scholarships, and we expect huge achievements from you. Thank you so much. Maybe we'll start with Mr. Olexandr. Good morning, colleagues. I'm Matvienko Olexandr. I entered MBA program in Los Angeles, California. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude, Ms. Yaroslava, Ms. Olena, for this opportunity to have an MBA education, to represent my country among the international community. I believe this is an honor, and this was a decisive moment in my life. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I've chosen California, Los Angeles University because it had strong financial MBA program, because economy is my specialty. I would like to practice after coming back to Ukraine. I would like to practice in financial sphere. And if to speak about Los Angeles as a city, the weather is great there. I believe I'll spend nice time there. And all the students who want to have MBA in the US who are planning to do this, I would advise you to refer to WNISEF or to me, to my friends, and we'll give you precious pieces of advice. Thank you for your attention. Hello, my name is Dmytro Ohrimtchuk. I entered Berkeley in California, so we'll be in the same state with Olexandr. I believe we will meet in California, in San Francisco. As for my future career, I'm planning to be engaged in investment, and I believe that this sphere is quite important for Ukraine. That is why I will promote Ukrainian IT sector in the US. Thank you so much. WNISEF, as we call it, WNISEF, for you granting opportunity for students. Previously, they could only dream about such opportunities. This is a huge step forward for the society, for all of you. As my colleague mentioned, I urge you not to be afraid. Try, and the WNISEF team, and we, the first to go there, we are ready to help you and support you. Good luck. Thank you so much. Hello, my name is Cherepaha, and I'm also grateful to WNISEF team. This is a unique opportunity, and this is one of the points we have to develop in Ukraine in 10 years to have a successful country. I would like to tell you a few words that now Ukraine is a country of big opportunities. This is a country where these opportunities must be seen. You have to have an appropriate approach to those opportunities. I'm in Chicago Bus School MBA program, and I hope that this tuition, this education will give me appropriate world outlook and will open opportunities for me, will give me appropriate tools in order to be able to open the Ukrainian opportunities, to show Ukraine's potential to the world, and help Ukrainian companies to become regional ones and to become world leaders. So if you're now thinking whether it is worth to obtain MBA in the US, this is the right time for you. Thank you so much. Hello, my name is Evhen Stashenko. Gratitude from me as well. Thank you, Yaroslava, Johnson, Yerfan, Olena, Kosharna, Ohrimtchuk, Roman, Tychkivskyy, who is not here with us today, but who was the manager of this project. And maybe half a year ago, when I entered Duke University, I was planning to work to pay the credit, to pay the loan up to $200,000. And then Olexandr told me about this program. This is a unique opportunity. I'm really grateful for it because I need it in order to realize myself in this country, to become someone in this country. And this is, yes, a unique opportunity. So when I graduate, I plan to come back to Ukraine and be engaged in investment sphere, as majority of my colleagues and even friends. My previous experience was in M&A, in investment sphere, in international consulting company. I studied as Roman and Alexander in Kyiv Mahila Business School. So I urge all of you this year, in a year, to apply to this program, and we will be eager to help you. Please address us. Good luck and all the best. You've listened to the winners of this scholarship, and I would like to underline that the next year we would like to have even more of these talented students, and we ask all the Ukrainians to have TOEFL tests, to find appropriate universities, to file applications, and we may have not 4 but 40 students. It would be nice for Ukraine to have more and more MBA students in the top 20 US universities. Thank you, Ms. Yaroslava, and now we come to the Q&A sessions. Hello, I'm Yuri Isak. I represent Ukrainian Crisis Media Center. I have a comment. I start with comment. I would like to greet you all because I studied abroad and I know that that is a beautiful experience from the viewpoint of getting to know more and more interesting things. It is interesting in general, and I'm happy that, namely in the investment sphere, we have these 4 bright guys, and I believe we must have 40 in a year, and then we'll call it Ukrainian Investment 100, which will save the economy of Ukraine. I'm not an economist, and my economic background is quite weak, but even I, with my weak background, understand that not loans, not some leases, but namely investments is the way forward, is the future of Ukraine. That is why we greet you, we believe in you, come back to Ukraine and change it for the better. And my question, I've heard an IT sector is one of the most prospective directions. I would like to ask every one of you to tell my friends that apart from IT sector, there are other directions which are prospective. So what are the prospective areas apart from IT sector? And my second question, do you believe work for Ukrainian government is prospective? Do you plan maybe in future to work in the authorities structure? Yes, private sector is nice, but we need professionals in the authorities. Hello. Thank you for your question, first of all. Answering your first question, I would like to mention which sectors apart from IT may be of perspective. First of all, I would like to mention agricultural sector. Secondly, that is e-commerce, because this sector is underdeveloped in Ukraine so far, and there is a huge potential of growth within the internal market. And also, I would like to single out the foodstuffs sector and FMCG goods, which may be competitive within the EU market, because now Ukraine is joining the free trade zone with the European Union, and appropriately Ukrainian goods may be competitive within the EU market. And secondly, my personal opinion is, if to speak about employment in the authorities, in the state sector, in the government, I believe maybe for 10, 15 years I would not be engaged in that sphere in the government. I would like to have huge experience in the business sphere in order to gain skills, to gain some practical skills, and then subsequently use these skills, this knowledge in my political career. But as of now, I do not have a name to work for the government of Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you so much for your wishes to us and for your question. If to speak about economy of Ukraine, really, in reality, not many people in the world understand what Ukraine is and what potential it has. Yes, we speak about IT because it's the sector where our Ukrainian people meet the whole world. That is why the Ukrainian IT sector is known in the world. But there are plenty of other industries, and people do not know about them. They haven't heard about them. They have limited information about Ukraine, and they haven't met anyone from Ukraine. When we had a look at potential of different sectors of economy, we understood it is possible to single out top 5, what was done by Olexandr, but there are many other sectors with huge potential. According to plenty of data, now in Ukraine we consume less goods than other countries of the world, even our neighbors, the adjacent countries. There are plenty of industries where it costs several times less to produce those goods in Ukraine than in the adjacent countries. That is why I'm convinced that any industry may be developed in Ukraine. If to speak about perspectives of being represented in the government, well, for the person who goes to Chicago, Chicago is a school which gave Chicago boys to Chile. Those were people coming to Chile and reforming it. And Chicago school is famous for its approach to economy. This is a school that tells that you have to give an opportunity, you have to give the market an opportunity to develop, and the role of the state, of the government, is not to regulate but not to hinder. I believe I will be more useful for Ukraine as a person who can find and develop the talents of local entrepreneurs. And my ideal view of Ukraine is as following. In 10 years, Ukrainians now for the world to know names of Ukrainian businessmen, not politicians. For example, in the US, we know the first Forbes 100. But if to speak about politics, no, we know nothing about US politics. I believe this is the right way to go. Thank you so much. Thank you for your greetings, for your kind words. I like that investment 100. Yes, that would be an investment battalion, maybe even. Yes, the economic war will be even more important than the war we have in Ukraine so far. Yes, unfortunately, you use this military terminology. This is a terminology that is closest to Ukraine. And again, unfortunately, I believe with time everything will change. And this military aspect will be left behind. We'll just have this investment 100. And coming back to your question, I will not name you some other spheres because I was initiating a discussion of IT. That is why I will comment on this very segment. I see. So those steps we make in IT industry, those are just first basic steps. In order to comprehensively understand, I'll give you this context. The share of IT export of IT services amount only to 3% in 2014. And I believe that during 10 years, and this is the 7th industry in the list of industries which are export-oriented. I believe that in 10 years, IT will rank 2nd, 3rd, and within the structure of export, it will amount to 15–20%. For this purpose, we already have platform. We have 100,000 highly qualified IT engineers. That is #1 if to speak about all the European countries, excluding the Russian Federation. We have to develop this sector. We have to attract financing to education, to some projects related to attracting investments from abroad. And it will allow us to increase this platform maybe up to 50,000 people. That is a huge potential for Ukraine. We have to work on it. We do not have to search for other spheres. If we have this huge potential here, that is why I'm going to be engaged in IT. My colleagues will have plenty of other ideas, but let everyone do what he's best in. And now coming to the second question of yours, as regards of readiness to work for government. Everyone is engaged in something he does best. I believe this is IT for me, and I believe this will be the story for the nearest 5-10 years. Well, maybe the state sector will be in my plans, but not in the nearest 10 years. Thank you. As my colleagues, as guys, I was working in the investment sphere and I saw plenty of different industries, companies, and I'm confident when I tell you that in Ukraine every industry has big potential. That may be a real estate. We have very good figures if to compare to Europe, agricultural, IT, do-it-yourself. So another issue why companies are not coming, not developing these sectors. Unfortunately, we have a high level of corruption, very high barriers in the form of taxes, one of the highest taxes rates in the world. And I remember as I was studying at the university, I was analyzing the value of investment attraction, and the main factors were corruption and taxes. That is why my position is as following. We have to combat it, we have to change the situation, and as well as guys, maybe in 10 years I'll come to state sector. First of all, I see my task as following. I see myself in business and through business to increase the Ukraine's economy. I would like to get acquainted with new people. I'll tell them about Ukraine. I will urge them to invest in Ukraine. And if to speak about fundamental factors, that is land, that is human resources. We know we have perfect human resources, but the salary is very low. In Luxembourg, in Great Britain, people receive 15 times more. That is why this is a Klondike for investors. We have to create investment attractive environment. As Mr. Saakashvili mentioned, when I believe we will achieve success using these approaches. There are MBA programs, there are state sector management programs from where Natalia Oresko graduated. There is Kennedy University in Harvard. Maybe in this sphere we have to attract financing. We have to urge people from Ukraine to go there, to gain education there. So as I've mentioned, I see myself in the state sector in 10, 15 years. I'm not thinking about this so far. Thank you so much. Thank you for your nice answer. Judging from your baseful, reasoned answers, I would like to tell Ms. Yaroslava, Ms. Olena, that you have this best investment. These are prospective guys. And I would like to ask, because it will be interesting for people who watch us online and who will be interested in the topic, where can they find appropriate information? Please tell us where maybe see the information about your project. Our grant program has Facebook page. Just write Seed Grant. You'll see Ukraine. And at Facebook page there are all the contact details, how to contact Roman Tychkivskyy, who is the head of the program. Also, you may see a description of criteria and all other details necessary. This program would not be possible without participation of USAID, and I see a representative from the embassy. Steven, please join us. Well, Steven doesn't want to. Отож, дуже дякую, що ви приєднались. Thank you so much, esteemed experts, and greetings to winners of this scholarship. This would be the end of our working day, and you see the schedule till the end of the working day. Thank you so much. All the best. And now we have